Hello. This is going to be a very simple video about the past 2 weeks of my life. So I got injured in one of my trainings. I got hit with a right uppercut to my rib cage by a taller opponent. No, not taller, a heavier opponent, which pretty much caused me a good amount of pain. I went to get an x-ray. Turns out nothing is visibly cracked. But as far as I learned, you cannot really learn everything from an x-ray. Anyways, so since then, I have not gone to my summer job, and I have also not trained. So no running, no push-ups, no pull-ups, no training, boxing training, nothing. I cannot even sleep on my left side. Well, this video is not to complain about what happened and why it shouldn't have happened, because it is just a part of boxing. I'm completely fine with that. I just want to share my past 2 weeks of everything, since it has been quite a difficult time, even though I genuinely did not even expect that to happen. So the first few days were very nice, not gonna lie. The first few days, I was in pain, but I could pretty much, I had lots of free time. I could do lots of things. I really enjoyed a couple of days, except the fact that if I laughed a little too hard, I started hurting a bit, quite a bit. Maybe a weekend. So it's almost 3 weeks right now. But around a weekend, I realized that it is very difficult to actually stay productive. Since training was quite a big thing, so I could, because it was something that you focused on. It really helped with a lot of things. So since I have had the injury and I've stopped training, I've seen that my sleep quality has worsened. As you can see, my eyes, they don't look like I've slept a lot. I have no idea why that is. It is a big possibility because of the phone. What I want to get to is that my life without training is genuinely just declining. So I've lost my six pack since I cannot train. I mean, I try to eat good food, but pretty much it's very difficult. Since when I'm training, I feel like I need the good food. But right now, it's very difficult to actually have a healthy lifestyle. Also, I've seen that I get way too easily. I start doom scrolling way too easily. So I watch my phone way too much. I genuinely avoid hobbies for some reason. Like I picked up my guitar, and it feels like I don't want to keep playing it, since I haven't, maybe like in a week possibly. And if I try to learn something new, I don't have the same want to do it. I don't have motivation, I guess you could say. I don't even have the want to actually read the book I was reading. In general, it feels like I have no want to do anything. Genuinely, the only thing that is right now pulling me, it's literally just going to sleep the whole time. And that is something that I've never had. I've always been a very energetic person, and that is very weird. Just 2 weeks of no training, and that is literally nothing. I cannot even do a pull-up, a push-up. I've done a push-up and it started giving me problems again, so I need to rest it until it's fine. I cannot do anything. I can tell you that it is genuinely awful. If I try to film a video, I filmed a couple of videos, a couple of TikToks, speaking about some things. I start getting motivated to actually train, because I say things that I believe in, as how training helps you, how to improve your day. But these things, I cannot, it's very hard to actually implement them right now at this stage, since I cannot train, I cannot do anything, and it is a very difficult phase right now. So since I've talked about my experience for the past 2 weeks, it is a very shitty experience, to say the least. I can say that there have been some good things that came out of this. So the first week, since I had so much time on my hands, I pretty much only went to school. And actually, I think it was around the time that I finished school, so I only had the exams as well. I still have exams. So 2 weeks ago, when it was the first week of the injury, I was actually very hyped up, so I could work a little bit more on my YouTube channel, my TikToks, and everything. So I stumbled upon a little forum that is around 2 hours from home. I decided, since I don't really have anything else to do, I decided to go go check it out. It was an incredible event. I met a lot of people. I connected with a lot of people. I met, and now they have their business cards and everything. I got quite a couple of business cards. I was able to introduce myself. I was able to actually go there, because if I had training, I probably would not go there, since training is probably it is number one after the other things. I was also able to realize what I want to do, what I feel like my purpose is, which it's not the full thing, but it is definitely my goal right now is to help people implement training in their lives, to encourage them to actually start training to improve their life. And I can tell you that with these 2, 3, maybe a month of not training, it's probably going to be around that much time. I've realized how important training is to a person, because I have now remembered how it was to not be able to train, to not be able to not train. Because I remember before I started training seriously, or in general just training, I felt the same. I just came home from school, pretty much laid on my bed, play video games, which is a very easy thing to do. It requires nothing. You just do it, and it's pretty much you're fine. But training, it adds a very interesting mixture to your life, because it is something you actually, if you have a great coach, of course, if you have a good, let's say you have a relatively good place to train, a coach, it adds this discipline to your life. It adds hard work, hardship, I guess you could say. It adds that to your life, and it makes it so much better, because going through that pressure every single day, you get used to being pressured to do something, so you perform better. So every time I need to do something, I'm under pressure, or in general I need to do something, since I am used to being pressured to do it, I perform just fine. On top of that, competing in a sport requires you to have courage, or to actually fake it. Stepping in the ring is not something anybody could do. Let's be honest. Most people are very scared to do it. And to be honest, I was very scared as well. But I still did it. I'm still doing it. That gives you something that nothing else can give you. Because yes, lots of sports require you to compete, if you want to actually, not lots of sports, pretty much any sport requires competing to actually be able to make it to the pro. Most sports are pretty much you either win or you lose. You don't get beat up in any scenario. You just win or lose. So you don't even think about getting beat up. But in boxing, jiu-jitsu, MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever it might be, any martial arts, you get beat up. Maybe they'll break your nose. Maybe you'll break your jaw. Maybe you get a ruptured, I don't know what. Maybe you get hit, you start vomiting. There is still a chance for that to happen in football, basketball, but it is usually one hit, and either you're out of the game or you just continue. It is not you get hit or you hit. It's not an exchange of hits, of hurting each other. That is something that is very important. I believe it has shaped me an incredible amount. It genuinely pretty much changed my life. Anyways, enough of that. The main point of this video was to tell you how these past 2 weeks have been, and maybe it's gonna be even more, since I am still in pain from the hit. Maybe not as much as I used to be, but I cannot train. So I pretty much try to keep myself busy, but my screen time, I'm not gonna lie, it's way over how much it should be. I'm trying to fix it, but it is a very interesting, for some reason my mind it's like it playing games on me. It does not want me to do anything other than just sleep, just stay in bed. I don't know why that is. I have no explanation for it. Maybe it's from my body trying to tell me that it should rest. Maybe it's something else, but in general, I looked more tired than when I was training. How is that possible? I was training twice a day and I felt better. I do not feel good right now. I genuinely feel like shit. So if you feel like shit, you probably should just start training. That is probably the number one thing that will fix any issue you have. Health issue, mental issue, whatever it is. You got depression, whatever the fuck's that's supposed to be. You just go to train. You start training. What else is there to do? Well, you go to a psychologist. Like he's gonna tell you got ADHD or whatever else there is in the world now. There's a very small amount of people who actually have a mental health problem that should be addressed. And you just watching videos on TikTok and suddenly I have ADHD or some chronic disorder somebody has made up. You don't have that shit. You probably do not have that shit. So that's it for today. I hope this video has been helpful to you in some way. I hope if you wanted to start training and you haven't yet, you should. I hope this video has encouraged you to do so. If you have any questions, you can message me on my Instagram, comment down below, that still works. I'll tag it and I'll put a link in my comment section so you can go and check it out. Thank you for watching and I'll see you the next one.